If your Micra K12 sometimes fails to start when you turn the key, then it could be down to a faulty ignition lock barrel. The symptoms are you get in, you turn the key, and nothing happens. In this case nothing happens because I've disconnected the battery and the multi-plug, but this car was showing a problem whereby you'd turn the key, it wouldn't start, the ignition would come on, but the crank wouldn't turn, and after a couple of turns, a couple of goes, it would then suddenly start up. The faulty part is this thing here, available on eBay, other places I imagine, pretty cheaply. I think it's about £6 or £7, and it's a bit of a pain in the bottom to change because it sits down. The new one's a white one, which I've already fitted. You can see it just down here, just there. It's that item there. And the problem is that the screw you can see to the left of it, that one there, is very difficult to get to. But I'll just rewind a little bit to show you how I got to this point and show you how I got around the problem. So I've removed the cowl that goes around the top of the steering column and the stalks poke out of it. To get that out, you have to undo these three Phillips screws that sit up underneath into, I guess, into this plate here. You can see the holes in the bottom of the plastic part. That then just unclips and pulls away. I've also removed the shroud from the instrument binnacle. That is on little spring clips that it just pulls out. I got hold of the underneath part of it under there and just pulled it out of the car. And this tray as well, which actually sits like that, again just pulls out to give you access. The other thing that I've undone to make this possible is the clamp assembly for the adjustable steering column. You can see I've got a block of wood in there holding it up. There is on your car you'll see there's a nut that goes on the end of, where is it, into that thread there, that nut there, 10mm nylock, and these parts of the clamp that thread on. So I've removed that nut, pushed the bolt towards the passenger side of the car, the left side of the car, passenger side for UK drivers, and these three parts have come off, so I've put them safe and they'll be refitted once I've done the job. The offending part, as you can see, is held on with two screws. The first screw is very easy to get to, that's that one there. You can get a screwdriver on that, no problem, and just back it out. The other screw has taken me about maybe 40 minutes to get out, and I've used a combination of this little spanner into which the screwdriver bit goes, and then just begin to move it. I could then get a socket assembly like that on the back of it, and then once it was loose I could actually get the tips of my fingers just to undo the little screw, and out it came. I haven't filmed that bit because I swore a lot and you wouldn't want to hear that, but eventually this little screw comes out, and then replacing it is actually just the reverse of taking it all out. So I'm halfway through replacing it now. I've put both screws in. I need to tighten that difficult one back up again. I will use that tool there to do it. They're pretty fine threaders, so once they start moving they actually move pretty easily. And I've put that one in using a pair of needle nose pliers just to hold it, and then put a finger in from underneath. You can see you can get a finger in underneath there, look, and just pushed it in, and I've now done it up with the tips of my fingers, one from underneath, one from above. And I've tested it. I've obviously removed the plug now, and that seems to have fixed the problem. So it's not a difficult job, it's just really awkward. And I've yet to try and put this clamp back together again. The order it goes in is this part goes in with these little prongs. They stick in the side of the clamp. There's a pattern that they fit in, so they fit in like that way round, and then this item goes this way round, and finally this little, I guess it's some kind of almost like a bearing, goes on before the clamp nut does up. So that could be fun and games. I'm sure it won't be though. And then this little Micra will be good for another 120,000 miles with any luck. Hope that was helpful. Sorry I couldn't video the actual process. It was impossible to hold a camera and film and do it at the same time. But there you go. That's the part and that's how to get to it. Good luck.